Some of you may have heard the term occupied home staging, and you're probably wondering, what does that mean? That means she's busy? In this video, I'm going to share with you what is occupied home staging, and you should want to use it when selling your house. Hey there, home sellers. Welcome back. My name is Kasha, and I'm an occupied home staging specialist, or occupied home stager. You may have heard me say that before. And what I want to do is talk about what that exactly is, because you've heard of home stager, but maybe not occupied home stager. And that's what I specialize in to help you. So I specialize in helping women over 50 or the baby boomer generation in getting their houses ready to sell. Now, what I mean by occupied home staging is that it's basically I'm using your existing furniture, accessories, pieces, the rooms, things that you have already in your house, and we're using those pieces to show off your home in the best possible light. So basically, you are living in the house while it's on the market, but we've edited a few things, maybe removed a few items, kind of maybe changed things around, maybe took, a couple pieces of furniture from one room and put it in another. We're using your existing decor, existing accessories, existing furniture to help you get your house sold quickly. Now, some of you may be thinking, oh wow, well, yeah, that's probably what I want to do. I want to live in my house while it's on the market. And some of you may not have the option of moving out before you sell your house. Maybe you have to stay in the house because you haven't found the new house yet, or condo, apartment, or whatever it is, place that you're moving to, right? So as an occupied home staging specialist, I can see beyond what you have and help you decide what needs to stay, what needs to go, so that you can stage it the best way and show off your space. And that's doing it without starting from scratch or moving out. Okay, there's no need for that. There's no need when I come and do a home staging consultation with you to remove anything before we start. Now, I may have a couple of suggestions for things to start ahead of time, but you really don't need to take everything out of the house in order for me to help you stage your house. That's actually a lot of effort, a lot of money sometimes just to move all that stuff out. And that's what I want to talk about, are some pros and cons about that as well. But I want you to know that as an occupied home staging specialist, I reuse everything that you have in your home. And sometimes you may have kind of hidden it somewhere in a closet somewhere. Maybe you don't use it anymore. But those are things we kind of pull out and kind of go shopping in your house to help you stage your house. Does that make sense? Okay. So let's move on to the pros and cons of staging your house. Okay, so starting with the pros of living in a staged home. So number one, the biggest one, is that you don't have to move out. You don't have to move the furniture. You don't have to have the packers come in and pack everything up for you. It's all there, right? So everything is still there. That's the pro. It's your stuff. You're very familiar with it. You know you're going to have to, probably edit a few things, but it's your stuff, right? That's the biggest pro for using an occupied home stager, okay? Another thing is that it's no expense because we're not going to get rental furniture. Now, rental furniture can get very expensive. I'm going to leave in the show notes a link to one of my videos about the hidden cost of staging an empty house. I don't recommend leaving your house empty when it comes time to sell it, because buyers have a hard time envisioning the space when it's empty. It actually seems smaller than it really is. I know, it sounds kind of funny. You're like, what? Yeah, you'd think an empty room would look bigger. And it really doesn't, because it doesn't give buyers a sense of scale. They don't know if a bed can fit in here or this couch can fit in here, how to arrange it. They really need to see it in front of them so they know exactly where things go. So that's why, as occupied home stager, I reuse your pieces of furniture. And like I said, there may be some things that we're going to move around. And that's okay, because you're going to be trying to sell your house and we're trying it to show off in the best possible light. All right. So The pros are we're not moving out, we're going to use your stuff, and there's no expense to get the rental furniture, which can get really expensive, okay? The cons to doing an occupied home staging is that because like I mentioned, we're probably going to move a few things around, all right? Maybe I might remove your favorite chair. I know, some of you are thinking, no, no, no. And it's not going to feel like your home. Certain things I'm going to request and say, look, it would look better if we painted this room this color, or we removed this piece of furniture and moved it here, or totally removed it from the house, okay? So it may feel awkward. Someone come and tell you, well, you got to take that out, that out, that out, that out. And you're like, oh, but it doesn't feel like your house anymore. And that's okay. And here's the reason why. It's because you need to make sure that you're moving out. And by doing these things, you're trying to get yourself into the mindset of, I am moving out. This is no longer my home. It's going to be somebody else's home. It helps push you just a little bit to help you understand that, yes, this is kind of the emotional part of it. If you've lived in your house for a long time, then I know it's going to be very emotional to leave the house. Heck, I mean, us moving out every 2 or 3 years from our houses that we moved, it's emotional for us too. Even if after 2 or 3 years, I can't imagine some of you who lived in your house for 10, 20, 30 years or more. How many of you have done that? Leave a comment. How long have you lived in your house? And go, oh, this is going to be so hard. I mean, I still get questions, even from my friends and family, of, I don't know how you do it. You move every 2 or 3 years. You just do. It's just part of what we do because of prior military life. That's what we're used to. Some of you are not used to that, and I totally get it. But by staging your house and removing some of the things that aren't yours anymore, that you were taking things out, maybe it's your favorite pictures and things like that. Yeah, I know, it's gonna hurt, but that gets you in the mindset of moving, okay? It gets you to start the next chapter to the next place that you're moving to, okay? So that's kind of the con of, yeah, I'm removing a few favorite things, but it's to help push you out the door, okay? That's what I'm trying to do here, okay? The other con is that it can seem kind of bare. You may be thinking, well, I had all this stuff in the nooks and crannies. I've had, this whatever stuffed animals, or maybe this tchotchkes, or this curio cabinet, or whatever is in there, and it just filled up the space, and now it's just empty. Yeah, that's gonna feel like that too. Again, we're trying to help you push you out the door to move to the next house, okay? And then the last con would be living in a show-ready home. That may not be something that you may be used to and kind of going, oh, I have to keep things clean. You can't just, chuck your shoes at the front door and go, oh yeah, I'll get that later, or the towels, or the laundry, or whatever. You're like, oh, yeah, a show-ready home. That takes some effort, and I'll get to tips and stuff like that in a little bit. But those are some of the cons of living in a home while it's on the market, okay? So you do have to kind of weigh the pros and cons of, do you want to take the time and effort to do that? Do you want to live in a home, or just get rental furniture and not have to worry about it and just have that taken care of for you, okay? Those are some of the pros and cons, okay? And I'm sure there's other ones. If you guys think of other ones, please let me know. Put it in the comments below. What are some other pros and cons of living in a staged home, okay? Now, how can occupied home staging simplify your life? There'd be a couple of things, right? So one of the things that what I do as an occupied home stager is that, yes, I'm gonna have you pack up a few things, like whether it's gonna be your family photos or things like that. We're gonna remove some items. You may realize that when we start taking things out, you realize, oh, well, I probably don't want this at the next house, or I don't have room for this in the next house. Maybe you have, I know I had one homeowner who had a pool table. Yeah, that pool table's not coming with him to the condo. That's not coming. So certain things are gonna have to be sold, donated, whatever, right? So it helps get you into that mindset as well. Okay, this is not coming with me, but this is. Do I really want these 4 beds with me because I'm moving to a 2-bedroom apartment? Well, obviously, I have to get rid of some beds, right? So those are just some things to get you going in that direction and thinking. So it can simplify your life just by saying, hey, look, these are some of the things we're not going to need. I'm not going to need this huge garage. I'm not going to have a huge garage. I don't need all these tools, whatever it is, right? All those types of things. Those are some of the questions that helps simplify your life. Yes, it's going to be hard to downsize. I'm not saying it's simple to downsize. That's not what I'm saying. Believe me, I know how hard it is to downsize, okay? But this will get you thinking in that direction. Now, some of you may not be moving for 3, 4, 6 months, maybe even longer, depending, right? I know a lot of you have commented that, oh yeah, we're starting a year out and we're just getting ready. That is fantastic. I'm glad you have the time to go through things slowly, because the only thing that problem can raise is that time expands, or work expands to the time allotted, right? So if you don't have a deadline, if you don't give yourself a deadline, it'll take you however long you think you need just to, downsize the kitchen or downsize your china hutch. It's like, oh, well, I'll do that next week. When in reality, you could probably do it tomorrow and work on it tomorrow and get that done. Imagine if you had to make a split decision and decide what things you're taking out of your dining room right now. Could you do it? You probably could. It'd be painful, but you could do it, okay? So removing the excess, having a plan, okay, that is some of the things that help you simplify your life. Like I mentioned, you can also take the time that you need and plan it and schedule out. Maybe this month in October, November, you have your holiday decor out. I've mentioned this to some of my email subscribers. I'm like, hey, if you put up your holiday decorations up, what do you have left over that you're not using and not putting up? That excess items, those should be donated, because why are you keeping them? Oh, I just want to have them for nostalgia, blah, blah, blah. If you're not showing them off, put them away, take them away, get them donated, sold, thrown out, whatever, okay? So getting the time ready to get everything ready when you plan it out for each month, okay? So now you're probably thinking, well, okay, great. I want to do occupied home staging, but I want to live in it, but what do I do? How do I get started? Well, I do have a free guide for you called the How to Start Staging Your House Now. It's totally free. I'll leave the link in the show notes below so that you can take a look at that and download it and get started on your house and getting it ready to go. I have 10 home staging tips in there. I also have home improvements that you should do, ones that don't cost much money, a timeline to consider. So there's a lot of goodies in this free home staging guide. Like I said, I'll leave the link in the show notes so you can take a look at that just to get started, so kind of have an idea of where to focus your efforts. Okay, so download that today. All right, let's move on to tips to get your house show ready or keep it show ready. Because I know some of you are thinking, well, I know there's going to be a lot of things, but yes. So I have a couple of tips for you that I'm going to share with you, but I also want to point you towards another video that I did on staging an empty house or living in an occupied home, and I'll leave that in the show notes as well. But first off, when you have less items out, less things, less stuff, if you will, that means there's less stuff to get dirty or taken out or removed. For example, especially when it comes with kids. Now, some of you, if you're older, your kids may be older already, they may be teenagers, and they may have a really messy room. But if they have less stuff in their room, they can't cause the mess that they normally do. So, for example, if you're going through your kid's closet and you realize they have a lot of clothes that they don't even wear, or it's out of the season, especially if it's out of season, for example, coming up on winter, they're not going to use their summer clothes, or they shouldn't be, but I guess it depends on where you live. Maybe if you live in Florida or Texas or California, you use all those clothes all year round. Okay, fine. But certain things, they're not going to wear, you can pack those up, put it away. If you have little kids' toys, those for sure, there are some toys that they don't play with at all anymore. Start packing those up. Put them in boxes. So the less stuff you have out, the less likely they can pull it out and make a mess. Okay? With clothes, with furniture, with anything, really. Your tchotchkes that you have, less likely, especially garage items. I know my husband has his favorite tools and things like that. Sometimes he'll leave them in the kitchen. Sometimes he'll leave them at the front door. But if there's a place for them, then you make sure you put them back. So again, less stuff you have out, the less likely it can cause a mess that you now have to stress over and clean up, okay? So that's the number one thing when you have less things anyway, because you start packing those things up away, right? Or maybe you've donated or sold them already, okay? Another tip to keep it show ready is to have a plan or a list of daily chores, whether it's a morning list and an evening list. That's perfectly fine, because you're probably working and you don't have time for it. You're not going to be home during the day, right? So in the morning, you always want to make sure you make the bed, and the coffee, cup from the coffee, that you drank that morning has been washed and put away. The dishes are put away, that kind of a thing. The trash is taken out, right? Or maybe you do that kind of a list in the evening. So you've made dinner, you've washed all the dishes, you've taken out the trash, the dishes are in the dishwasher, there's nothing on the counters. So keep a list of those types of things that you want to do in the morning and in the afternoon. Split it up so that you're not doing everything all at once at one part of the day. Okay, that's the best thing that I have for you. So maybe in the morning is when you straighten out the pillows in the living room, or I don't know what else there is that may come out, like, especially if you're making breakfast, put all the breakfast items back away, put the toaster back away. Those types of things are done in the morning, and then there's a separate list of items that you do in the evening. Maybe that's when you do laundry, is in the evening, okay? So those are just some tips on how to keep it show ready. Again, I have another video that I talk about that, of what things you can consider to keep a list and help you keep your house show ready if you're going to be staging it while you're living in it. Okay, so we've gone through a couple of things on what is occupied home staging. I hope this answers your question. If you heard the term, now you know exactly what it means and whether it would help you get your house ready to sell. You may be looking for a stager who, stages empty houses. I don't do that anymore. I specialize in occupied home staging, reusing your furniture and helping you make it look fantastic for those photos when they happen, right? So take a look. I hope you guys have learned something. Leave a comment if you want to add something to it, like pros and cons that you may have thought about while you were listening to the video. Comment, like this episode. I'd love for you to subscribe to my channel. It's totally free, so that you can help me get my word out there on home staging and how it can help you sell your house faster. I hope you guys have a fantastic week, and we'll talk to you later. Bye!